Hello guys, today I'm gonna see Minecraft creepypasta top 10. You guys can all have here. Let's go on.
Oh, Minecraft. Whether you play it for nostalgia or have recently jumped onto the declining wagon, we're all familiar with the 2011 sandbox game. I mean, creating your own 3D generated world using different blocks sounds great, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. With any popular game comes fan theories, and from fan theories comes creepypastas. God bless the internet. So today we've thrown together our list of the top 10 Minecraft creepypastas. Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host Lucy McPhee. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy this video, or just creepypasta videos in general. Also, if you want to be notified anytime we upload a new video, make sure to hit that notification bell. All done? Let's jump in. In at number 10, Entity 303. Now this creepypasta describes a terrifying encounter with a hacker in one of the Minecraft servers. Hackers alone are creepy. Combine them with 3D people made of blocks and I'm out of here. So the first encounter begins with an email from a player named Frankie. He goes on to describe a game of Minecraft he was playing with a group of friends. They were all communicating via Skype while working on a big city build and game. Now during this time, a few of them noticed something odd in the chat. An unidentified player had typed "stop," the code to shut down the server. Now, they were playing at a private server, so it's essentially impossible for another player to be there with them, unless that player is a hacker. They checked the control panel, but it showed only their usernames, no one else's. Odd. They decided to ignore it and continued on with their game, until they caught a glimpse of a white figure in the distance of the desert. They fell silent. Frankie noticed that one of his friends wasn't moving, and also wasn't speaking in chat. Assuming it was just lag in the game, he didn't take too much notice, until they disconnected from the server. Before Frankie could panic, his screen began to glitch, and the chat started spamming the phrase "object successfully summoned by player number 303. While all of this is happening, Frankie notices that someone else has joined their Skype chat, an unknown contact. The unknown requests to put on FaceTime. It's too dark to make them out, but they begin to speak, saying, "Make a wish and say goodbye to your friends." The Skype call drops and Frankie's computer shuts off. The next day, only one of his friends is at school. Concerned, he gets in touch with his friend's parents. One of them, John, had committed suicide, leaving a note that read, "I can't take this anymore. I can't sleep. I'm afraid he's watching me. I can't live like this knowing someone is after me, wanting me to die a slow, painful death. I'm sorry, Mum. I love you." On the bottom corner of the page was a phrase in small text that he could just make out. It said just 3 words, "Make a wish." In at 9, Luna. Our author begins this creepypasta by describing how 2 weeks ago he was working on a statue in his house in-game when he heard footsteps behind him. He turned, but nothing was there. He continued working on the statue's head, but could still hear the sound of footsteps. He turned quicker, this time, but still nothing. He figured this was down to an in-game error and ignored it. By nighttime, he had finished the
You guys know Luna is a creepy shit. So I don't understand what it's creepypasta's lunar. So let's go in. Go on.
statue and quickly went into his house to get away from the noises and footsteps, fearing there was a hostile mob hunting him down. He clicked the bed and his character began to sleep. His PC then shut off with a boom and a blank white screen. After a few moments it turned back on, but the game was frozen. After a while it went back to normal, and not wanting to go outside, stayed in his house. He then got teleported outside. His character was now staring at his front door. Weird. In a panic he tried to enter, but the door was locked from the inside. He looked around and up at the night sky. It was then that he saw the moon, but it wasn't a normal moon. It was now retextured as the moon from Majora's Mask from Legend of Zelda. The moon began to grow bigger and bigger, spurting fireballs before a chat popped up from the moon itself. It read, "All will die. Luna is the only powerful demon there is." The game then crashed and the player was transported to a new world named Error Unknown Name, and that's where our creepypasta ends. In at 8, 1241. This creepypasta comes from a user named Jack. He was playing a single-player world, trying to find obsidian to get to the second world of Minecraft. He mined a cave for a few minutes until he found obsidian. He grabbed some blocks and exited the cave, running back to his house. However, his house was not how he left it. It was previously made of cobblestone and wood, but it was now made from nether bricks. He entered the house, but it was empty, except for a shulker box containing a book. Confused, he realized someone must have entered his world, perhaps a friend playing a joke. After a few more minutes, a player enters his server with the username 1241. After attempting to remove the player, Jack's computer crashes. He reboots his computer and re-enters the game, hoping the player has been removed. When he spawns, he's in the nether, but there's another person with him. staring at him from a distance. Take a look for yourself. After Jack closed the game and deleted his save file, I guess we'll never know who player 1241 was. In at 7, exception. This creepypasta comes from an unknown user who began playing the game after a number of years away from it. This is where things start to get a little odd. He reached the 6th night when he discovered some lava source blocks placed randomly around the game, one being next to his house. He collected them with a bucket, but they began to respawn until there was around 13. He ignored it, thinking it was a new feature added by the devs. Veteran creepypasta readers will know this is never the case. He continued to expand his house and then went mining for additional parts. Halfway down, he discovered some cobblestones that was blocking his path, which he was positive he didn't put there. He used a brand new axe to break through the stone, but it broke on first hit. At this point, he began to grow suspicious, believing the game may have a bug. He started to notice a few other odd features. Forests were sparse, torches would disappear, and random fires would ignite around him. He posted in a Minecraft forum hoping to find some answers, but received none, until he got a private message from another user who had experienced something similar. He thought it odd that only 2 people in the community would have experienced this. After talking with the other user, they began to realize that they weren't alone in their worlds, and that there was some kind of entity stalking them. They created a game together to see if the weird happenings would still occur, and that they did. At one point in the game, a code on 9 different signs spawned in the middle of nowhere, reading 010010101001, and so on. They created a new server from scratch and the same issue arose. The same signs spawning out of nowhere and random fires igniting their homes. During one of the games, our author turned around and saw something new. A thing. Something at the end of a mine shaft. He tried to screenshot it, but then his game froze and crashed. After this, he realized there's an entity, destroying worlds repeatedly, stalking innocent players, and harassing them until their world is nothing but dust. In at 6, Darkness of the Farlands. This creepypasta comes from a player who was checking out a single-player Minecraft beta. The player knew of a glitch that when entering a particular set of coordinates, the game would glitch and present you with a completely new set of landscapes. Pretty cool. During this, something caught his eye. In an area of the map covered in ice, he noticed a pattern that resembled a face. He moved on, thinking it's stupid to be frightened of a face. He paused the game to look up coordinates for a place called Farlands, a place where most players don't go because their computers can't go past it. Bored by the lack of glitches or lag, he jumped onto another game, but this time accidentally hit multiplayer. He wasn't alone though. A new player joined his server with the username Farman. He had black skin and a face like lava. Farman began to type, searching sessions ID database found, UUID tracked. The player realized this must be some kind of hack. He attempted to kick him out of the server, but quickly found he was no longer the owner. Farman began to type again, I quote, commencing FTP access breach. Wiping out files. End quote. His computer went black. He tried to restart it, but nothing. Then a message popped up. Why did you try messaging with the lands beyond human reach? The player restarted the computer again. This time it boots up normally. Everything was normal except for one text file on his desktop that read, I'm not finished. In at 5, Shadow of Israfel. Now before we proceed, I should say this was scripted content by the guys over at Yogscast. That does not lessen the creepy nature of this pasta. This was a 27-part series, so for sake of time, we're going to just focus on the main arc of the show. Okay, ready? This series is set in a fictional land of Minecraftia, where Zyphos and Honeydew, 2 fictional characters, encounter a handful of angry on the main arc of the show. Okay, ready? This series is set in a fictional land of Minecraftia, where Zyphos and Honeydew, 2 fictional characters, encounter a handful of angry mobs and cows, because, of course. Through their trials and tribulations, they become worshipped by the citizens of the land. Then they must battle against an ancient evil named Israfel, and later on in Season 3, must fight against his cult, because cults are trending right now, guys. Okay, cool, done, let's move on. In at 4, The Legend of Golden Brine. The user begins by describing how much he had been wanting Minecraft for his birthday, and like any millennial these days, he got it. Yay. He booted up his computer and clicked on the latest version of the game. He loaded into his first world but felt weird, as though something was lurking around him. He brushed it off and continued to play. However, instead of trees, there were golden towers. He ventured out and eventually found some hidden trees. He cut them down and figured he now had enough to build a house to survive the first night. He ended his game there for the night, but then when he went to bed, he still had that eerie feeling, like something wasn't quite right. The next day, he booted up the game, still feeling the lurking presence of something unknown. He spawned in and discovered multiple golden blocks in the shape of a cross, but not any cross, an upside down one. He entered his house to clear out stuff, but quickly realized everything was gone. All that was left was gold and golden blocks. Before he could react, TNT landed on his roof and blew it up. Classic. He respawned, but not back to where he died, but this time to a golden room, and across from him was a yellow player. The player began to type 01001111 and so on. Sound familiar? He attacked, the ground under him broke, and he fell into the void. The game then crashed. He tried to load motion in, but they'd never encountered him in a game yet. This was until the devs released a new version that allowed players to revisit past versions of the game. So, of Herobrine,
So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, smash the like button, and I think I got a big glitch right now. So thank you and bye.